In neighboring Nigeria, some civil servants in Abia State, southeast region of the country, recently protested against the non-payment of their salaries by the state government for months now. Now, the workers seem to have ran out of patience after their colleagues received August salaries yet again, while they got nothing. News Central's correspondent Chinwe Ugele has details.
It is strange that those who have worked for years and have been receiving their salaries within the service are being owed with no reason given for their condition. A certain circular of the government in May directed the directors of finance in the various ministries and agencies to submit the schedule used for salary payment in December 2022, which was to be used to pay May salary 2023. However, when the salaries started entering the accounts of some workers, it became obvious that some persons who shouldn't be denied might have been left out. It has been 3 months of complaints and discomfort for these set of workers, including some working in the payroll office, whose fates are now hanging in the balance while government keeps giving assurances. Although the affected workers would not grant media interviews, the state chairman of Nigeria Labour Congress, Mr. Pascal Nweke, has frowned at the development. He equally complained about the way the verification exercise is being conducted.
We received the complaint and we're waiting to government to see a way of making sure that our people doesn't suffer in that process. Now, we are not against verification, but what we are against is the system of that verification. We are not happy with it. Where you see our people under the sun, under the rain, including disabled.
Efforts to get across the Accountant General of the state, Njum Onyemenam, was not successful, as narrated by her personal assistant in a phone call. Citizens of the state have appealed to the government to resolve this matter as quickly as it can to enable the workers get paid their arrears and receive in future as and when due.
It's not funny at all. Some are being owed 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, as the case may be. So as it is now, we're calling on the government, please try and pay the people their salaries, because a lot of people have issues. Some are sick, and the salary cuts across both the areas of pensions and also the area of teachers as well.
There shouldn't be any selective payment. If I am asked, I would say government should try as much as possible, as quickly as even possible, to harmonize these things and make sure that everybody will receive his or her pay at the time others are receiving.
While this saga rages, there is an ongoing verification exercise of the workers. Yet, there is a circular allegedly issued by the government formally disengaging all workers employed from December 2022 to date with immediate effect. Chinwe Ugele reporting for News Central.
Now, Chinwe Ugele, who packed that report we just aired now, joins us for more on this. Good afternoon, Chinwe. Are you there? Good afternoon. Glad to have you join us.
Good afternoon. Thanks for having me.
All right, let's talk about what exactly led to these protests. What's the bane of these protests?
Well, for several months, okay, let me say for 3 months now, some workers in Abia State have had to, deal with the issue of non-reception of their salaries. And it ranges for some persons 1 month, 2 months, or 3 months. And it's even worse so because some others are receiving theirs. It's not as if it's everyone. So a situation whereby some persons get and others don't get actually gave rise to the protest. And it happened on the very day that people started getting their salaries. And some of the workers were complaining that they weren't getting theirs. So that led to the protest that took place at the premises of the Accountant General's office.
All right, Chinwe, has there been any attempt made so far, to reach out to the state governments on the reasons for the delay in non-payment of salaries?
Yes, I did call the number that was given to me by the Accountant General as her number. It happened that it was the personal assistant who took the call and gave an excuse that she wouldn't be available to take interviews because she was busy with some other things. I also tried to get in touch with the Chief Press Secretary to the Governor, Mr. Kazi Uko, who also said he was going to get some senior civil servants to talk to me, since the junior civil servants, those that were directly affected, wouldn't talk, wouldn't speak about it. So it wasn't as if before now, there had been, assurances by the government that the salaries were going to be harmonized and paid because there is a verification exercise. But then some of the civil servants will also argue and tell you that it wasn't because of the verification exercise, because the verification exercise just started and the salaries had been, coming to some persons who hadn't even gone through the verification exercise. So I tried to reach out to the government to explain what happened, because it does appear they do not, it's in the bid to try to, ascertain the actual number of civil servants they have in Abia State that this is happening. So some persons are getting hit by the, what I call it, the approach that the government has adopted to, getting to the root of the whole matter.
Okay, I mean, since this protest broke out and since the last time you tried to reach the relevant authority to speak to them on this, has there been so far any government authority who has come out to address the situation?
Yes, not to me directly. There was a time, I think I heard over the radio, the Accountant General Chinwe Ugele was explaining that everything will be, sorted out. She tried to give reasons why that was happening, and that there's nobody, that government wasn't out to witch hunt anyone, as long as they were able to identify them as real civil servants. That government would do everything in its capacity to make sure that everyone was paid. And as of this morning, I got some messages from some persons who don't speak to me on camera and who don't grant interview, but that are civil servants who confirmed that they have been paid 1 month, 2 months salary. Some are still being owed, some got full payment, some got part payments. So the government, from what I heard today, have started making efforts to clear those arrears and settle the issues that are, hitting it right now from the civil servants.
All right, Chinwe, thank you so much for that update. Our correspondent Chinwe Ugele in Umuahia, Abia State, giving us an update regarding the protest in Abia State. Thank you, Chinwe.